Hey, welcome back everybody. It's Robert Ridpath, and in this video, let's take a look at how we can boost our joy and happiness in our life. And what we'll do is we'll take a look at some of the people who seem to have a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, and we're going to look at some winners. And let's look at their psychology and the behavior and tease out just one key thing that they do that many people don't, that contributes to a greater sense of joy and happiness in their life. So what is one simple habit that greatly boosts your daily happiness and your spirits? It's fun and it's easy to do. Would you like to know? Well, here it is. You celebrate all wins. Well, what do I mean by celebrate your wins? Let's take a look at this. First of all, I want to give you a little history, and that is there's this important mismatch in how we value our wins and our losses, so they don't fully line up and they're equal valued. So according to the Nobel Prize winner, Professor Daniel Kahneman, he said we're hardwired to undervalue a gain or a win, and we overvalue a loss. And he kind of summarized it like this. He said, the aggravation and negative emotions that we experience associated to a loss appear to be greater than the pleasure and the positive emotions that are associated with gaining something of equal value. So what does that mean? And how does this impact our daily living? Very simply, we undervalue our positive reactions, and we don't give ourselves credit when we do something good, great, or positive. And on the other side, and this is the part that gets us down, we overvalue our actions when we do something wrong or inappropriate. We blow things out of proportion, and then what? You know what happens? We get down on ourselves. And this kind of inhibits and impedes our forward progression, and it doesn't allow us to build any momentum. We can't really, get things happening smoothly. And then what happens? Again, we've all experienced this. We start filling our brains with negative self-talk, and this is very non-supporting. So what can we learn from the professionals? What do they know that we don't, and what can we extract from it and learn from? Well, let's take a look at professional sports as an example, and some of the team sports. So every time these people score a goal, they get a basket, they get a touchdown, what do? They celebrate, right? And do you notice anything else they do? That they celebrate every small step on the way there. The last play, the good catch, the pass, the good block, the good run, whatever it is, they celebrate every little aspect of the game. You see, what they're doing that many people don't, they're looking for the good in a situation, and they celebrate the progress. That's really key. Most people don't do that. And what happens if somebody messes up, something screws up? What happens, right? How do they flip it around? Well, they start telling themselves, and they're almost, self-coaching. They say, look, it could have been worse. No big deal. Let's get back. Let's get the gain back. That's just a small setback. We're going to get back. Let's turn things around, right? Let's get back on top. So they downplay the negatives and they really upplay the small positives and the wins. So what can you do right now today? Well, what you can do in your life right now to resolve this and to add more joy to your life, it's quite simple actually. You can start celebrating all wins and all positives, however small they are. Look, think of it this way. Most of us make little lists of things to do. How good do you feel? That good feeling when you cross something off your list, especially if you've had a long list and you've had a great productive day and you've crossed 10 things off. You feel really good, right? So we can start celebrating all wins. Doesn't matter how small they are, celebrate all wins. And when we start doing this on a consistent basis, we build up our confidence, we build up our self-esteem, and this just makes us feel better. And we start building our ability to take action. We start moving ahead with projects and tasks, and we start checking things off our life. We start making our goals turn into reality. We start getting more juiced about the future because we know how to handle things, and we start looking forward to the future versus dreading it, and we start looking for the good. It helps lift our mood, it builds more positive associations to a task, and it builds the all-important momentum, right? When things really start coming together and they start jiving, and it makes that next big thing that we're going to do so much easier. Makes it easy to tackle and to move forward. We get more done, we enjoy our day, and we're a lot more fun to be around. So that's key as well. So how do we celebrate? What are some fun ways to celebrate? So I ask you right now, how do you celebrate your wins to reinforce the positive? Well, me, I have a bias towards physical actions, as movement helps generate positive emotions. So things I like are things like a really good high five, wow, that feels great with somebody, Another good thing is a solid, really good fist pump. Just think about maybe one of those tennis players. They have that big rally and then they slam it down. Like, you can just see them, the sweat, and they feel it so much, like, yes, right? Another way you could do that is by helping others as well. Give them a really firm pat on the back of your colleague, right? And just say, way to go, good job, or whatever. And I know, socially correct, you got to make sure it's appropriate for the right setting and so on. And it's on the back, not on the behind. So other things you can do? Yeah, maybe you could do a happy dance. Maybe you could take yourself out for dinner. Maybe you can get yourself a small gift, right? It's really important to kind of continually celebrate all these small wins. Now, I know you're going to feel awkward, maybe even embarrassed doing a fist pump at first, but keep doing it anyway. You see, you've earned these good feelings that go with it, and don't let anyone take them away from you. Find something that works for you and do it on a consistent basis. And if you're doing, a fist pump, you don't have to stand up in front of the group and yes, do that. Maybe you can just kind of underneath your breath just to make a fist and, say yes underneath your breath. And I know this sounds simple, but honestly, don't poo-poo the power of this simple celebrate your wins task. It can make an incredible impact on your life. So you can tell others about the positive things you're doing, right? Many people are really good at sharing the negative, that terrible traffic, the weather, negative. So maybe you can start undoing this by sharing the positive of your experiences. Start asking people, well, how did you overcome that challenge? What did you learn from that? Whose help did you get? How long did it take you, right? And by getting their feedback and incorporating that into yourself, it's just a great thing to do. And this will allow you to start sharing all the good things that happened to your life. It keeps them top of the mind instead of the negative. So it allows you to become more of the winner that you already are. So celebrate all wins, no matter how small they are and how inappropriate they seem. This is going to add more joy and more happiness to your life, because you deserve it. So I have a question for you. What are you going to do to celebrate your wins? You can do a fist pump, a high five, a dance, treat yourself in some special way. Whatever it is, find something to do it and just celebrate. So remember to celebrate all wins. And which ideas are you going to act on first? And how are you going to downplay and minimize your losses, like not a big deal, no big thing, I'll turn it around? And how are you going to upplay, if you will, all your wins? Every little step of progress you got to celebrate. So how are you going to choose to impact others with your new positive energy? Food for thought on this. I'm Robert Ridpath. If you like this type of training video, you can simply go to healthsynergy.ca and check out some of our other great trainings, our blog posts, our videos, our articles, and so on. And most of them are free as well. So until next time, go out there, live strong, be bold, make more joy in your life, and share that joy with others. Until next time, I'm Robert Ridpath.